È una bruschetta. Grazie.
For you, miss.
You just got Englished.
There are 11 common Italian words that tourists and learners often mispronounce. Getting them right will help you blend in and avoid people replying to you in English. Of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a foreign accent and making mistakes in Italian. I think it's actually a good thing because it means that you're trying and learning. But if you want to encourage people to reply to you in Italian, it helps to know how to pronounce these words.
Psst. To help you focus, we recommend using the full screen mode.
You probably already know this word. Thank you in Italian. It's one that you'll want to say a lot, but do you know how to pronounce it? It's not grazie and it's not grazia. It's
Grazie. Grazie.
I find that it helps to imagine the last syllable as ye. So try splitting it into 2 syllables. Grazie. Grazie. And what about the Italian for euro? It's another really common word that we need to say all the time. How do we pronounce it?
Euro. Euro.
It can be tricky with all of these vowels, so let's break it down. We've got euro. Euro. In Italian, if you say a vowel, you usually need to enunciate it in a separate and clear way. Euro. Euro. And what about this one? The Italian starter with toasted bread, oil, salt, and other ingredients like tomatoes and basil.
Bruschetta. Bruschetta. Bruschetta.
In Italian, when the letter C is followed by an H, it makes a hard K sound. Bruschetta. The U is also really enunciated, so it's like an U sound. Bru. And the double T at the end is long, with almost a little pause in the middle. Bruschetta. Bruschetta.
La bruschetta costa 10 euro.
Prezzi milanesi. Here's another word with lots of vowels. The Italian word for plane. How do we say it? Remember that in Italian, you usually need to really enunciate each vowel separately.
Aereo. Aereo.
Let's take that step by step. So we've got aereo. 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 It still feels like a mouthful for me as well, so don't worry if some of these words feel hard at first. It's completely normal. It takes a lot of time to get your mouth muscles used to the new positions, especially in words like aereo.
When you use words like these well, people might start replying to you in Italian. But what if they speak too quick and you cannot understand? Here is a really useful phrase. Piano, per favore, which means slowly, please. Piano, per favore.
I know it can be really frustrating when you've been learning Italian for a while, then you try to speak it and you get a reply in English. Or if Italians reply in Italian, but they do it so quickly, you don't understand what they're saying. That's why in our online Italian school, you practice listening to and speaking Italian in everyday situations, focusing on vocabulary that you'll hear and need to use a lot in Italy with the help of very friendly and patient teachers, so that when it's time to speak, you'll feel more prepared to have simple and enjoyable conversations with Italians. To find out more, click the link in the description. And what about this one, the Italian pasta shape?
Fettuccine. Fettuccine.
Tourists often pronounce words that end in the letter E in Italian as an E sound, like in fettuccine. But actually, the letter E in Italian is pronounced as E. So we get fettuccine. Another example of this is tagliatelle. So it's not tagliatelli, but tagliatelle. And the same for Versace, which is Versace. What about this word, the mature cheese that Italians grate over pasta?
Parmigiano. Parmigiano. Ma non ti preoccupare, non sei solo un formaggio da grattugiare sulla pasta. Sei buonissimo anche da solo.
Sometimes people say it like Parmigiano, like in the word Asian, but in Italian it's a G, like in aging, G, Parmigiano.
Vuoi del parmigiano?
Sì, grazie.
What about this one? It's the name of little Italian potato dumplings.
Gnocchi. Gnocchi.
The first letter is a N sound, a bit like a N followed by a Y. N. N. Like in the middle of lasagne. N. Gnocchi. And the double K is really long with almost a little pause in the middle. Gnocchi. Gnocchi. What about this one? The Italian word for waiter.
Cameriere. Cameriere.
This is another tricky one. So in Italian, when you get the letter I before another vowel, like in grazie and cameriere, the I usually becomes a Y sound. So we get grazie. And here we get cameriere. Cameriere. It's that rie, the R followed by the Y that's difficult here. Cameriere. Cameriere. Here's another tricky one. Glass in Italian.
Bicchiere. Bicchiere. Bicchiere.
Knowing what you know now, I think you can get it. So think about how we pronounce CH in Italian as a hard K sound, and how the letter I before another vowel often sounds like a Y. Bicchiere. Bicchiere. Here the double C makes a long K sound, and we also get this Y sound in the middle. Bicchiere. Bicchiere.
Prendiamo un bicchiere di vino?
Sì, adesso arriva il cameriere.
And what about this word used for a shot of coffee?
Un caffè. It's a trick question because usually Italians don't use this word. In Italy, our normal coffee is an espresso. So if you want an espresso, you just say un caffè.
Sometimes if waiters are used to people who aren't Italian getting confused about the different kinds of coffee, they might ask you to specify if you ask for un caffè, whether you mean un americano, which is longer with more water, or un espresso. In this case, there's no X. So it's not espresso, but
Espresso. Espresso. 3 caffè, per favore.
Finally, this word, the nut that's often green. Think about how we might say it in Italian with the CH sound that becomes a hard K.
Pistacchio. Pistacchio.
Pistacchio. Pistacchio. So again, we have this double K sound, which is long, so pistacchio. Then the I followed by a vowel. This time the vowel is an O, so it becomes yo. Pistacchio. Pistacchio. Pistacchio.
Ho preso un gelato, cioccolato e pistacchio.
Let's review the words now.
Grazie. Euro. Bruschetta. Aereo. Fettuccine. Parmigiano. Gnocchi. Cameriere. Bicchiere. Espresso. Pistacchio. E voilà.
If you found this video useful and you want to learn more about how to improve your pronunciation in Italian, click on the little I symbol, which should be somewhere here at the top right, and you'll find a video where you can learn how to pronounce all of the main Italian sounds in 18 minutes. Ciao!
To help you focus, we recommend you use it no flies.
Fettuccine. Quante T?
Era giusto.
2 T, ok.
Prendiamo un bicchiere di vino.
Huh? Should be somewhere around the top. Is it left for you? Right, the top right for you. Left for me, right for you.
Might start to speak or to talk. People will start replying to you in Italian.